Hi Scorpio, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Scorpio, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, excuse me, you have the Chariot card. So this week, you are basically on, I want to say, no, maybe that's not the right, but I was going to say you're on a collision course, but a good one. That's probably the wrong choice of words. What I kind of feel like is, remember the Chariot card, when it shows up, it usually suggests things are about to speed up. Now, we're just off the back of that powerful new moon that was in your sign the week before. On top of that, this kind of feels like you are now starting to charge forward, right? Now that the planets are all really starting to move forward, they're really starting to do their thing. Your ruler Pluto is really starting to, your modern ruler Pluto is really starting to do his thing. Mars is now in your sign as well. So this is your ruling planet is in your sign. Plus your modern ruler is now starting to track forward. This suggests to me that, especially with the Chariot card, this is going to be a fast, dynamic week where things really do start to move or pick up steam, and maybe in ways that you hadn't expected or anticipated. So hang on, right? This week is going to get fast. It's likely to get a little bit bumpy as well, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Now, for those of you that haven't got them yet, your 2022 Taroscope is up and out there for your purchasing pleasure. You can get yours on the link in the description box below, or on one of those things that floats above my head. You can get one for $4.99, you can get three for $12.97, so your sun, moon and ascendant, and you can also get the entire bundle of 12 for $24.99. so total bargains. They're all fully downloadable. With that said, for those of you that have already purchased, thank you so much for supporting me and my work in this way. It really does mean a lot. For those of you that will purchase, thank you so much. It really does mean a lot. Okay, that being said, I will not advertise these again. Thank you so much for allowing me to do so, and thank you again for buying. For your actions and options this week, you have the Two of Cups. Partnerships, relationships, connections of all kinds, but specifically the love kind. You've got the Chariot card here, right? So for some of you, you could be planning a getaway with a significant other. You could be planning a getaway with a potential getaway. You could be planning a getaway with a potential significant other. Somebody that is kind of in the picture, maybe doesn't have an official title yet, but is working towards it. This could be really nice for you, actually. Now, because you've got this Chariot card here as well, there could be things that speed up with partnerships, relationships, connections. It kind of makes sense as well, right? You've just had that powerful new moon that was in your sign. We're now at this point heading towards that powerful first lunar eclipse, should I say, that's going to take place in the sign of Taurus, which is technically your, you know, especially for ascendant Scorpios, but to a lesser degree the sun and the moon, in your seventh house, right? So relationships, partnerships are all going to be really to the forefront for you guys moving forward anyway. And this kind feels like those cosmic cogs are starting to turn, right? For your communications and conversations, you have the Page of Cups. This is a time sequence. So the Page of Cups coupled with the Chariot card is literally the time of Cancer. Whatever shows up for you at this moment in time, you are likely to be revisiting around the time of Cancer season of 2022. Pay attention to offers, opportunities, pay attention to conversations that come up around or in partnerships around this time, because the chances are you're going to be revisiting them again next year around the time of late June coming into early to mid July. With that being said, the Page of Cups is really nice for communication because it gives a soft edge to the communication. For those of you that are partnered, married, this is gorgeous. It's like sweet nothings in each other's ears. It's fun, it's warm, it's loving, it's nurturing, it's all of those things, and it's even a little bit dreamy as well. So this is really nice. Now, for those of you that are employed by somebody else, there's a sense here that some of your ideas, some of your better ideas now really have a chance to do something, now really have a chance to be received very well. This could actually be very exciting for a lot of you because it allows you to be seen in a way that is warmer, softer, and not only that, more approachable, which is great. It's not always a bad thing. When it comes to those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this is some of your bigger ideas now starting to take shape. This could be a week where you can suddenly see, okay, this idea that I've had is no longer just an idea. It starts to really manifest, but more through the creative process, right? So this is where you're getting those ideas and now you're starting to form them. This would be the moment at which you start to mold the clay, let's say. All right, so this week you could be, you know, making some really good progress. And then finally, for those of you that are retired or no longer working, this week it's all about love. It's all about relationships, partnerships. If you don't have one, get out there, find ways to connect with people, right? With people from weird and wonderful destinations right through to the people that work at the local grocery store. Like, find a way to diversify your connections this week because you're being received really, really well. And for those of you that are celebrating this week, I completely forgot to mention, happy damn birthday to you. I truly hope you have an amazing, a wonderful solar return, that it is filled with many blessings. Remember to fill the day of your birthday with a little bit of everything that you want this entire next 12 months ahead to have in it for you, for your love and relations. You've got the 5 of Cups. Okay, so not easy, and it's right underneath the 2 of Cups. For a very select few of you, this could be that maybe somebody that you've just started seeing, it might not go ahead, or maybe you realize, actually, you know what, I like this person, but more as a friend. It could suggest as well, because it's the 5 of Cups, maybe their people don't like you, maybe you don't like their people, maybe some of their friends you're not really here for. That could be one way that this could show up. It is the 5 of Cups though, so for those of you that are single, ready to mingle or do a lot of mingling, you serial daters, this could be a time where you're actually starting to figure out, by a process of elimination, actually it's not you, it's not him, you feel like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you've got several people that you're kind of in the process of choosing between, this week you could finally narrow it down by having to release the others. You know, I say that like you're all serial daters. You get my point. For those of you that are married, partnered, or in long-term commitments or relationships, this speaks to me about an idea that maybe you and your partner both have, or something that you're working on together. The 5 of Cups suggests that it's gonna evolve, it's gonna change. Whatever you set out to do in one way, it looks very different by the end of this week than it did when you came into it. I don't actually think this is a bad thing. I think if anything, it brings you closer together, right? It's kind of like, okay, well, we can't do that. That avenue's not open to us anymore. So you know what? We're going to do this, and it's going to be awesome. So I actually really like that. For those of you, and then for your money and materials, you've got the 2 of Wands. This is really nice. This is a great card for money because it has a very strong sense of affluence around it. Now, you've got 2 2s here. 2 2s represents a bond, a pact, or an accord. I love this. For you who are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, wherever it is that you guys are partnering up, where you're combining your resources, where you're combining your networks in some way, it works. There's a really solid connection there. When it comes specifically to your money improves through your own ideas, through your own endeavors this week. If you're employed by somebody else, put your ideas forward, chuck your hat in the ring. It's the only way that you can really assure success. And if you need a guarantee, go to the mirror. That's your guarantee. For your physical health and vitality, the 2 of Wands is your noggin, right? So look after your head, If you're going out this week, you know, even if you're in relatively warmer places, and well, unless you're in like really hot places, keep it warm this week, right? All of your ENT as well, ear, nose and throat. Look after that general aspect of you this week, because with the Page of Cups above, this could be something like a head cold, all right? So just be careful. And then finally, when it comes to your home and environment, you could be beautifying the home in some way. For some of you, maybe you're getting the home valued and you realise, do you know what, I can't believe it, but we've doubled the value of the home. Or maybe we are now ready to extend the home. It's like whatever you need, whatever money you need to improve your living situation, it's absolutely possible for you to do that this week. It might start slow, but whatever it is that does begin this week in that regard, it will definitely see its turn. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.